Adriaan, Cashel Palace Hotel. I was there myself last week. It's a stunning property. You're open since March the 1st, I think. How did it all start? When did the idea, if you like, first come into existence?
Well, I guess it started with the purchasing of the hotel by the Magna family, who lived close by in Feathered back in 2015, 2016. And there was kind of ideas of opening a hotel at some stage, and then that kind of fizzled out for a year or two until about 2018 when I was hired to start the project. And that's where we were looking at a 2.5 year build, and we would be open mid-2020, and we would have been up and running at this stage had we not had the little virus get in the way, which delayed things for 2 years nearly. So yeah, there was very long gestation period, I guess. But no, I think in the end we probably ended up with a better designed hotel. As it happened, with a bit more time to go through things. Certain things we amended and changed. I certainly, from the original planning application where we had 62 bedrooms and a ballroom and no spa, I kind of changed things around and moved the spa and the ballroom around and that sort of thing. So it was easier to run the hotel the way it's been designed now, in my opinion. So that gave us a bit of time to do that, in fairness.
Yeah, and it's truly stunning. How many bedrooms does it have now?
We've 42 bedrooms now, ballroom to seat about 250, 260 people, and a spa with 4 treatment rooms and 2 restaurants and a few bits of pieces added on along the way.
And it was obviously a multi-million euro investment, and I think it was money very well spent. And I think it's wonderful for Cashel, for Tipperary, for the wider area in terms of a tourism product and a tourism destination. And what I couldn't get over, I hadn't realized until I visited it myself, is that you're so bang in the middle of Cashel, and you're literally under the rock of Cashel. So it's an absolutely stunning sort of perspective.
Absolutely, it's quite a unique location. We feel sometimes we have two lives, where a townhouse on one side and a country house on the other. If you walk through the building, you're coming from a busy city, town centre environment, and then you walk into a peaceful garden, and literally you're looking up at the Rock of Cashel with practically touching distance. So,
and what's the reaction to date been from visitors or from guests?
Oh, overwhelmingly positive, I'll be honest with you. Particularly locally, we opened the day before we opened to the local public, and we brought them in on tours, and we gave them a cup of tea afterwards in the ballroom, and just to kind of get their curiosity sated, as it were, because they'd been waiting for so long. And a lot of them have a huge connection with the hotel locally. They've used it in the past and grown up with it, and there were people with tears in their eyes that were looking at it going, they couldn't get over that this house had been restored, and had it not been, it really probably would have been crumbling in the middle of the town. And you can just feel the energy in the town now with people going around, because we are open and we're bringing people into the area. So and
I think it's something I think Cashel can be very proud of. And we always talk about the sort of the economic potency of tourism, and I think you're a classic example, because I think it's 200 plus jobs that you have in the hotel. I presume the vast majority of those are locals. So it must bring in an awful lot of economic regeneration to Cashel, and a strong multiplier effect.
Absolutely. I mean, there's over 200 people on our payroll, mostly, some of them are obviously part-time, and that suits a lot of people to work that way as well. They're all, staying locally. They're all shopping locally. One of our chefs, his partner has opened up a cake shop in the area, in the town. And, there's just been other shops opening up as well. And the whole centre of town is kind of alive, as it were, So, there's people, obviously taxis, people doing transfers, restaurants locally. We were delighted to be feed their business, because not everyone wants to eat in a hotel every night, obviously. So it's great to have a great local restaurants to do that with, and cafes and that sort of thing. So yeah, it's been very positive.
And you talk about the local reaction, but I presume you've started, or you're starting to get the international visitors as well. And I presume the American market will be a big target market in future months. And it's a product that really suits that market, doesn't it? And suits that visitor.
Yeah, I suppose traditionally a lot of people pass through Cashel on the way down to Cork, West Cork, or back up to Dublin. So our kind of strategy has been to try and give them a reason to come and stay in Cashel and maybe see the surrounding area from one base and not have to, move every night. So we're trying to promote the fact that you can stay 3 or 4 nights in Cashel, because you can visit Kilkenny, you can visit Limerick, you can go down to Cork. All these are within 1 hour because of the motorway system. So they're very easy to, but locally as well, we're selling a lot of experiences that are, you can come and visit the people who supply the dairy products in the hotel, the cheese, the beef. We've set up liaisons with them while we were closed to say, listen, come and go and visit the suppliers that, put the food on your plate. And they're all within the Tipperary Food Producers Network. So there's kind of real experiences that people can do here. Plus they can go horse riding, plus they can go to Coolmore and do visits in Coolmore and Doyle. Those sort of things are all. So we're appealing to people who, not just Americans, obviously, but anyone who wants to come and experience that. And so far, most of the guests have been Irish and they're very, very happy with the experience,
Great. And what's the season looking like? I mean, I know you're if you like, you're only up and running. I'm sure there's a few teething problems that none of us know about that you have to address. What's the season looking like? And I suppose, what are the challenges as well? Because we hear a lot in the hotel sector and indeed the wider tourism sector about the shortage of staff and skills and chefs. Yeah. And is that posing you a challenge in terms of your growth plans?
Yeah, I guess we're taking every month as it comes. April is looking very strong. We're having a good month ahead and a good month so far. We've about 25 weddings and events booked for the year. So there's kind of peaks and troughs then in the next couple of months. But we know that eventually, those will hopefully fill up between times. But some of the challenges, we're going through obviously the teething problems of having a new hotel, new staff, people who haven't worked in the industry before, trying to train them up and get them used to the idea of it is to work in this business. A lot of young staff who probably, this is their first job ever, they haven't been able to work for the last 2 years. Areas of difficulty to hire have been things in the spa, particularly in therapists. We were a little bit surprised with that. We thought that would be, but apparently it's countrywide. But and the younger chefs and trainee chefs, that's an area where we're still always looking for people to come into the business to grow the industry.
Yeah. Well, listen, congratulations on the opening, and it's I can speak from personal experience from my visit last week that it lives up to all expectations. I think it's brilliant for the region. I think it's brilliant for Irish tourism, and fingers crossed you go from strength to strength. So thanks so much, Adriaan.
Thank you, Owen. Very pleasure to talk to you.